I'm bored and I was having a good day, but now it is time for me to sit down and watch a video. So bored fam, let's do this. All right, so for fun, yes, for fun, I was asking a few people, how can I make my day worse? Like, what can I do to have a bad day? I was looking through YouTube. I didn't really want to react to any videos. And they're like, why don't you take a look at Disparu's Twitter, read a few tweets, and try and decipher what's going on up here, if there is anything going on up here, before it comes out of his fingertips and gets posted on social media. Now, Disparu, just like a lot of these guys, they pay for Twitter, so they're trying to make money off of engagement. So that's why they shit post a lot on Twitter. There's not a lot of regulations. It doesn't have a massive impact on their social media brand, really, for a lot of these guys, so they just say whatever they want. So let's take a look here at Twitter to see what the first tweet is we're going to be looking at from Disparu. And here we go. This is the first one. Now, the game I want to play today is let's guess the context. Like, what is it that they're trying to convey here? And like, what led them down the path to get to where they are? There's really nothing here. This tweet doesn't have a connecting tweet. He's not responding to anybody. I don't see any correlation with anything particularly. So let's read what it says here and see if we can figure this out. So it says, more YouTube is watched on TV than Disney shows, with the laughing emoji. Let's take a look at this chart here and see. Wow, it looks like I do see Disney there. Disney is above, very clearly above everything else in terms of like the actual studios making media, clearly above everybody else, but it's under YouTube. So that is true. More people watch YouTube on TV than Disney. However, they also watch more YouTube than everyone else. Everyone. So I don't really know how this is a stab against Disney, considering Disney is beating all of the other studios by a lot. But YouTube is beating Disney. There's a reason for that. It's a very clear reason. YouTube is completely free. Completely free, and it's accessible to pretty much everybody all around the world. So yes, like, people are going to watch the free thing over all of the paid stuff. Typically, it's got a large library. Matter of fact, a lot of these shows have people on YouTube that would watch them, react to them, and show a lot of that footage that you would normally have to pay for, like on, Amazon or Warner Brothers or Fox or whatever. They're usually people reacting to it on YouTube. So you can get the gist of those shows just from watching YouTube. So it makes sense that YouTube would be at the top of the list. But the brain rot here is Disney is still beating everybody else. So it's not like Disney at the bottom of the list and like NBC's beating it, Netflix is beating it. It's not even like that. It's just YouTube, which is beating everything else. Why do people listen to idiots like this? What is the joke here? What is the humor here? Like, it just doesn't even make any sense. Sydney Sweeney is finally addressing her controversial American Eagle ad campaign and her reaction to Donald Trump speaking out to defend her. It was surreal. She also said that it didn't affect her at all, which just goes to show there's a lot of privilege there. But let's look at the brain rot response from Disparu. Of course it was surreal. How are you supposed to see I wore jeans and a load of ugly hags got jealous coming? Well, I mean, not everyone wearing those jeans are going to look like Sydney Sweeney. Now, I'm not suggesting they're all ugly old hags, as you say here, but the point is not to put a sexy person on screen that is going to make people not want to buy your products. That wasn't the point. The point in advertising is to make people want to buy your jeans. The largest amount of people possible, because American Eagle is trying to sell that to anyone that will buy their products. So that's just like when you guys say that like Disney and all these other companies are putting out products and advertising things that are going to turn people away, somehow that's bad business. But when American Eagle does it with Sydney Sweeney, you're like, it must be jealous old hags. Do you understand how fucking stupid you sound? Do you even understand? Why is it that when people are mad at American Eagle for doing something wrong in their advertising, that they're just jealous? They're ugly. They're old. But when you guys are mad at advertising that is being done with trailers and shit like that, that everything you say is valid. Could it be a double standard? Quite possibly. And another dumb tweet. Let's look at another one. Case in point, here we have you talking about the new Predator film coming out, but here you say, and I quote, "I like the grimly intense adrenaline pumping spectacle, but Elle Fanning brings much needed warmth and humor, is exactly what the trailer made look awful." So you have a problem with the advertising of this product. So does that make you a jealous, ugly old hag because you have an issue with the way they're advertising the movie? Is that? I mean, I feel like that's a fair criticism, right? I could just say that. I could just say you're jealous and that you're unattractive and that your teeth look really gross. Like I could say that about you because that was your response to the people who were critical of Sydney Sweeney, right? Okay, cool. On the same page. Yes, this is what happens when you don't know how to separate reality from fantasy, the real world from the entertainment world. So it says here from GameSpot, The Witcher's Yennefer actress Anya Chalotra opens up about online abuse, talking about something that is happening in the real world that is affecting her. That's what the article's about. And then Disparu comes through and says, I wonder if they see the irony in making a series about girl bosses while having breakdowns over hurty words. My dude, do you not understand that they're acting in the show? That they're actors? Do you think that the characters they're playing reflect who they are in real life? That's the same shit that you guys get mad at, right? You're always saying they're injecting themselves into the role. It's a reflection of who they are. It's a self-insert. You say that's a bad thing. But here, the correlation is that because they play a certain type of character in a series, that in real life, they're also supposed to be exactly the same way. This is brain rot. This is brain rot, everybody. Like, it literally is. Let's, just for good measure, let's do one more and see if he has any good takes at all. Here's one of my favorite topics, AI. I have a lot to say about AI, but we're going to keep it very short here. I think AI is a scourge on the entertainment industry. I think it's an unregulated theft machine that just steals things and does a pastiche of stuff together very sophisticatedly and makes it look like it's creating something when it's absolutely not. That's a very rough, short version of how I feel about AI. But we're supposed to believe that AI is a smart system that can kind of think for itself and do stuff, right? That's the whole point here. So in this tweet, it says, no one with any real deep knowledge of this industry could think AI could start casting films. And his response is, you could just tell the AI to be racist, communist, and hate straight men, and you wouldn't notice any difference. So openly admitting that AI isn't really AI, it's just a prompt system that works like a glorified search engine in a very sophisticated way. But here you're claiming that so even these guys out here now who are saying AI is the future and it's going to change the industry are suggesting that there's a point where AI will actually be all of the things that they are saying the industry is now. So if the industry ever switched over to AI completely and it did casting in a ethical way, let's say that it did. I don't believe it would, because I think AI is sketch anyway, at least in its current inception. But they believe that AI could just be told to be all of these things, and then it would. Well, my dude, that's literally the argument that a lot of us have had about AI for a while, and your community keeps pushing back against it and saying that AI is going to be the future and that it's going to change everything. I've looked through a lot of these tweets. Most of them are just stupid fucking statements. Most of them are brain rot. None of them are actually good takes. I don't know why anybody would ever listen to Disparu. I haven't actually gone through and watched a ton of content on his channel. I'm mostly familiar with him through other people's content, but this makes me want to go and check out his videos. So if you guys want me to talk more about Disparu and his brain rot and his channel, let me know in the comments below. Also, stay tuned. Tomorrow's video is going to be about a channel called Mr. Grizzly.